fourth contestant this evening, Justin Eifert. Nothing to go on. Nothing to go on. Justin Eifert.
Esteemed contest master, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guest. There is a phrase often bandied about in Toastmasters International. The phrase that public speaking is the #1 fear among all of humankind. More terrifying than poisoned dart frogs, sudden lightning strikes, and even death. But even this terrifying art has a fallback plan, which is, of course, the script. Even if you forget your hand motions, fail to make eye contact with every single member of your audience, or even if a little bit of spittle accidentally flies into the face of the front row during a point of particular passion. And if that happens, I apologize. Even if all of this happens, you still have these beautiful pieces of paper that have what you're going to say. And that gives you confidence. You spend hours on this speech, refining the diction, practicing your elocution, and perfectly timing the flow from segment to segment to segment. But what if your fallback plan fell through? What if suddenly the spotlight turned on and you were there, alone, on stage, with a full audience's eyes directed solely on you, expecting you to entertain them, with no preparation on your part whatsoever? Terrifying! And folks, this isn't table topics where it's just 1 to 2 minutes, and if you only make it 30 seconds, we understand, because we all know how hard it is. No, this is a full 30 minutes. I am speaking of the art of improvisational theater, the art of acting without a script, an art that was probably created on a double dog dare. It's terrifying, risky, and sometimes it really sucks. But if you can get beyond all that, it is capable of creating some of the most beautiful and touching moments I've ever witnessed in theater. There are many reasons for that. I have 5 to 7 minutes. I will discuss 3 of them: conversation, spontaneity, and real-life parallels. First of all, conversation. I direct you to think back to a time in your life you laughed your absolute hardest. And I'm not talking a titter, a giggle, oh, I'm talking a full belly laugh. I bet you it wasn't at the latest Adam Sandler film, or even at a stand-up comedy show. I bet you were just with some trusted companions, feeling good about yourself. He makes a joke, ha! She makes a joke, ha! He makes a joke, bam! Milk, or in my case, root beer comes flying out of your nose, and you make a sound of laughter you did not know you can make. In my case, kind of a squeal giggle. If you know you're going to laugh out your nose, by the way, I recommend milk over root beer. It's a base. Root beer is an acid. These are the environments that improv strives to recreate. It's usually a smaller space, you know everyone performing, you're warm, cuddly, having a good time, and we make those moments where fluids come out of your nose, and you laugh so hard, you don't have to do your 3 sets of 25 ab crunches that day, because the wheezing and the giggling and the laughing is an ab workout in and of itself. Number 2, spontaneity. Improvisers, or improv actors, do not have 5 minutes to go backstage and think of some hilarious storyline to tell you. Whatever seemingly awful idea enters their head first and exits their mouth first is what the show is going to be about. Now, I'm only 22, recently 22, and I'm not sure if I can speak with this level of wisdom, but improv is like a relationship. You mean to say one thing, you say a different thing, and suddenly you're in trouble. Now, the difference between scripted theater and improvisational theater is that if you say what you did not mean to say in scripted theater, it is a mistake. If, in improv, you say something you did not mean to say, it is an opportunity. And it can take you in places you did not know you could go. For instance, I once received a suggestion late from my audience. It went into an epic love tale between the Loch Ness Monster and the Abominable Snowman, also known as the Yeti, tragically kept apart, because the Yeti is a snow and land-bound creature, the Loch Ness Monster a lake-bound creature. It was beautiful. Tragic. There's a gorgeous line right in the middle of the stage. The Loch Ness Monster could not pass it. The Yeti could not pass it, despite their levels of passion. And I tell you this, when I heard Lake, I did not think Loch Ness Monster, and I did not think Yeti. Number 3 of why improv is a great art. Real-life parallels. In improv, you gotta have strong emotions. You gotta be decisive. You gotta be able to roll with the punches. You gotta be like Rocky Balboa. I assume I've not seen any of the, 12 movies by now? In improvisational theater and in real life, you gotta be decisive and confident. You gotta have strong emotions, because I hear that if you don't have emotions, you're known as a sociopath. And I hear that those are also not good things. And you also have to be able to roll with the punches. If someone knocks you down, you stand back up again. When you practice improv, you practice real life, and both help you. Some people, me initially, can deride improv as an excuse for a bunch of goofy people to get on stage and act like ridiculous fools. And I grant you that happens sometimes, more often than it should. But because of conversational abilities, spontaneity, and real-life parallels, improv can really be beautiful, it can really be funny. And if nothing else, if you're good at it, you get paid for it. Mr. Contest Master.
Third place in this evening, in this year's, and perhaps the ultimate humorous speech contest, Justin Eifert.